Welcome to the Allegory of Spots podcast series. Thank you for joining. In each episode, we introduce a new spot. We talk about how spots hinder our progression mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, and how to overcome any spot that may be holding you back. As you begin to move and apply the things you learn, you will start to see weaknesses become strengths. You will begin to see and feel greater light come into your life.
I am Holly. Welcome to the Allegory of Spots. This spot is about entertainment and media. So around the year about 1986-ish, a really popular movie was released into theaters, and it seemed like everyone was getting tickets because the movie times were all sold out during the first week of release of this very popular movie. The storyline was action-packed, and of course the heroine was beautiful and the hero was handsome. And my siblings and our spouses had all seen the movie, and we were talking this movie up to my parents one evening, and we convinced them to go see it. A few weeks later, at our next family gathering, my parents wanted to talk to us about the movie we had all convinced them to go to, and my father started the conversation by asking us if we had even noticed all the inappropriate things that the movie contained. He had noticed quite a few things that were shocking to him, and things that were acted out on the big screen right in front of their eyes, all tucked into the excitement of this exciting story. Then my dad asked us all if we remembered these scenes. And then he asked how we could have possibly sat through it, and how we could have possibly recommended this movie to he and my mom. They have such high standards, and they were really shocked by this movie. Once Dad brought these things to our minds, we readily admitted that we remembered, and we were pretty ashamed of their content. And it brought to my mind how subtly opposition is brought into our lives, and reminded me of an old saying I learned in Sunday school many years ago. It's a saying by Alexander Pope, and it says this: "Vice is a monster of so frightful mien, as to be hated needs to be seen. Yet seen too oft, familiar with her face, first we endure, then pity, then embrace." It reminded me that I had been conditioned and become insensitive to the things that I saw, and that this was not right.
We hope that you've heard the Spirit or felt the Spirit of God urging you to cleanse your life as you've listened to the various spots in the podcast series. There are a few easy steps to remove the spots from your life. The process isn't hard, and once mastered, you will use the process over and over again, going deeper into your soul to be clean and spotless. The first step is to start by making a comprehensive list of all the things in your life you need to get rid of, repent of, or be healed from. You will know your list is complete when you feel you have included all the items that come to mind. The next or second step is to take an inventory of what you're feeding your spirit, because what you feed your spirit is what feeds your flesh. Your body will follow your spirit, so feed your spirit what you want to become. Third, you've identified the spots. Now let's get rid of them or cast them off. Here's how you do that. Present your list to God through prayer. Ask Him for help. As you pray, ask God to remove your spots, to literally take them from you. Remember, it gets easier. You may have heard this teaching by David O. McKay in one of the previous episodes. Your weakest point will be the point at which Satan tries to tempt you and will try to win you. And if you've made it weak before you have undertaken to serve the Lord, He will add to that weakness. Resist him and you will gain in strength. He will tempt you in another point. Resist him and he becomes weaker and you become stronger. Ask God to remove and offload all your burdens, stresses, and concerns. Stop trying to carry them alone. They weren't meant for you to carry. It'll only bring you continued suffering, poor health, and distress to carry them. The last or fourth step. Once you've finished steps 1 to 3, start the process again. Only this time, you're going to travel a little deeper into your soul, searching out even the smallest of spots you might have overlooked or not even recognized. Ask God to reveal them. He has a way of bringing them to the surface so that you'll see them. This is truly a personal experience with you and God as He helps you in the cleansing process. And finally, continue these steps until you've completely cleansed yourself of any and all spots. Then move forward by using the atonement of Jesus Christ each and every day to keep yourself unspotted.